Good morning, everybody. It is 38 degrees and drizzling. It's going to be raining for this entire long run, and indeed 100% rain in the forecast for the entire day. I'm sitting in a little pocket of rainlessness right now, and the rest of it is just wet, wet, wet. So, I'm in the Dynafish XiaoNian, and the plan for today is about 20 miles. I took my sweet time this morning, got coffee, and sat on the couch and got ready for the mental preparation needed to undertake a run of such terrible weathering, and I'm feeling ready, and then boom, my power went out for the second time this week. So Rochester General Electric should have elections to be voted out of electrical office because it's the worst company known to man, and they just don't care if they turn your power off. They don't care if they raise your bill. Not to complain, I'm sure all of you have electrical companies that you don't like in your municipalities, towns, and cities alike. But yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. I mean, the power's literally still out right now. So I'm going to go run, and hopefully by the time I get back home, power will be on, and I could edit some of this video for you. So I think the plan for today, long intro, right, is to get up to Cobb's Hill. Hopefully, if my calf isn't feeling too rough, I'll get up to Cobb's Hill. Yesterday I was feeling pretty good during run club, and we're always running up and down hills during run club, so should be fine. I want to know if the water fountain's still on up there, because the ones near me are starting to turn off. Like, some of them are off, some of them are still on, so... Alright, that's a long intro. I'm stoked about taking the XiaoNian for a run. Literally seconds after I finished the intro, the streetlights came back on. So I think that means the power is back on. That's what it generally means. I'm eating my words right now. But still, that's like, I don't know. That's why people in Rochester have backup generators. That wasn't so much of a thing out in Colorado that I saw, at least. Maybe in like the mountains or something, but yeah, out here, backup generators are much more common. Rochester gets like ice storms, and that could wipe out entire streets because the power lines get overburdened and just snap. In Colorado, the power lines, or at least in all the places that I live, the power lines were buried underground. So, I'm not sure why. It's just maybe like an age thing. How old the town is or how old the city is. If the weather stays like this, I could live with it. For sure, I could live with it. The rocker in this thing is just so automatic. Like, I really just don't have to think about running while running in this shoe. Rolling me forward and rolling me forward, and the foam is the right softness, where like the rocker in the Evo SL plus the midline geometry being like very unstable makes it so you get the rocker benefit from that shoe for sure, but you have to be going fast in it to be stable. Like I've said, that's just not the case in this shoe. You do not have to be going fast to be stable in this. The surface beneath me, the black concrete over there, is the slipperiest place I generally run, and this gripped that like it was just your regular old pavement. So the grip in this is S tier for sure. Tons of shoes slip on that, not much, but like, nah, the amount of slip isn't always much, but tons of shoes do slip on that, at least a little, and this did not at all. Well, the rain has started, so we're gonna be wet from here on out. The lens is gonna be wet with droplets atop it, and I'll be chilly and probably will run faster to warm up. But right now I'm warm. This coat is very warm. If we could stay at this state of demure drizzle, I could live with that. The Sunday itself is sad. There are so few cars, so much drizzle and gray. Nobody's out. Not even at the Strong Museum of Play. This type of weather is not so bad though for running. I could live with it. And we're starting to see some signs of life as we get towards Monroe Ave. It's that downtown in Rochester, even during the week when businesses are in session, I guess. Even then, there's not a whole lot going on out here. This path over here, what I'm currently running on, is like somewhere between trail, like dirt trail, and track, like a running track. I don't know if I needed to clarify that, but I felt like I did. So when you're trying to go fast, it's not always the best because it's kind of soft, but when you're doing relaxed miles, it feels really nice on your feet and on your legs. Part of me wonders if setting up all the camera shots all the time is actually training me to stop throughout the race. I hope not. I don't think so. And I get right back on it. It's almost like drop the camera, get the shot, pick up the camera, keep running. So it's fairly continuous, but there's at least some slowing down and stopping throughout. I won't be doing that on race day, I can promise you that. So far my calf is feeling pretty good. I'm gonna take it extremely easy up the hill, which has already begun, and see how I'm doing. If it's really bad by the top of this hill, which I don't think it will be, I can always turn around and go back the way I came. I don't have to do the steep part. That's just where the water fountain is. But on a day like today, I don't think I'm gonna really need any water. I took my salt pill, I have 4 gels. I am being better about taking them on time. I think it'll all work out really well, with or without water. I know that probably sounds crazy to a lot of you, but the air is so wet, I'm probably just breathing it in. Alright, we're atop Cobb's Hill. The drizzle has diminished. I got a sip of water. The water fountain's still on, of course. And it's time to talk about the run so far. I think it's a combination of the shoes, the temperature, and how much coffee I drank this morning. But I feel like I didn't even run to get here. I don't even know how I got here. I just showed up. I spawned on the top of Cobb's. I am struggling to get the gels in my body, or like, not struggling to do it, but wrestling with the idea of taking the gel out of my pocket, opening it with my teeth, shifting the camera in my other hand, putting the gel in my mouth, and even though it's just maple syrup, I don't want it. I do not want it. But I think after seeing a lot of like people from their Chicago build talk about how many gels they actually brought with them and ate, it's like 7 or 6 or 7. I saw as high as 8. And for me, in all of my marathons so far have topped out at 5. And that can't be right. So my goal is to be much more rigorous about how many gels per hour I'm eating, or per mile. So I'm going every 4 miles and having one, which will get me through 16. And I only brought 4 gels, so there you go, there's my math. Whatever. I mean, it'll get me through 20, but I didn't bring another one for the remaining distance. And I'm assuming I'm gonna go over 20 again today, somewhere between 20 and 22, as per usual, or at least usual lately. That was never my usual, like even a couple months ago. Yeah, the rain picked back up again though. It's on and off. There's a really fast guy right now doing some sort of, seems like he's doing a workout, or he's just that fast. And this is a really good place to do that because the loop that I'm on is 0.69 miles. So you get all of the power-ups from memes, and also it's basically a kilometer, just over. So if you wanted to do some K repeats with a little extra spicy sauce, Cobb's Hill is the place to do it. Okay, we have little tiny hail. Rochester doesn't get that much hail, but this is stinging my face. Runners are like 22-mile long run in the hail atop a reservoir, climbing a big hill. Sunday, starting the descent from Cobb's. Those were some fast miles. I'm not sure exactly how fast, but felt really good. Now I feel a little sick. Too many gels too quick. This is why you gotta train your gut to handle the gels so they don't come out your butt. 21 miles, 8-minute pace, some 2 hours, 40 something minutes. I'm pretty tired today, but it was good. I feel good. My leg didn't hurt. Calf muscle that's been hurting me didn't hurt. I mean, going up Cobb's Hill it hurt for a second, but afterwards it was good. The shoes were great. I honestly stopped thinking about them mostly like halfway through this run. They're just very comfortable. I mean, the one thing that I did notice towards the end of the run, like maybe around 17 miles, is just how good the fatigue resistance is in these shoes. And that's something that the TPEE compound is somewhat known for. Like, you could, for the Adios Pro 3, for example, you could run forever in that, and it'll still continue to bounce you along even at the end of the race. Same is true for the Evo SL. I mean, I've never gone that far in the Evo SL, but it's the foam's not going to fatigue on you in TPE compounds, and that remains the case for this. I just felt like, I had the bounce from the beginning, and it never left. It's raining. I gotta go inside, get warm. Stay in motion. Surrender! You guys wanna go outside? Zoom. Do you wanna go outside, buddy? Oh, lucky dog, do you wanna go outside?